We had an incredible young team. Yeah, we had like the likes of GÖTZE, REUS, Hummels was even young as well. So we had really good young players, I have to say. And still, the older players, the experience.
It's not enough, my guy.
It was crazy. And sometimes we didn't even know what's going on. We felt like, hey, we're playing so well here, but why are we keep losing? But it is what it is. It is what it is. I think a lot of people have really good ideas, and then maybe struggle a little bit, to kind of bring it to the pitch, and show it in the best possible way on the pitch. I think it's a mix of analyzing the games of the opponents with his coaching staff, then showing obviously the images to the team, and giving maybe also an alternative in case that doesn't happen. That is another opportunity, that is likely to happen. And then obviously going on the pitch, either in training sessions or in the game then, being able, to adapt also to actually what is there, because obviously you prepare sometimes a game and then in the game actually things are slightly different. So you either have to try to let your players know during the first minutes, during the first half, or you either warn them before or you let them know directly on the pitch, or you try to make an impact, half time latest. And I think he has everything, he can contribute in every different aspect. But obviously, the more he coaches you, the more you learn also, about the game in general, about the different concepts that can expect you. And sometimes, obviously, also you have to take responsibility yourself as a player and have to see, actually when you go on the pitch, okay, in the first couple of minutes, how is the opponent shaping, which formation they are playing, or where is which player, so you kind of have to read it also a little bit yourself, because that is the standard, obviously, that Pep is also expecting from his players.
I suppose with that as well, as you've said, that there's only so much you can kind of prepare for before a game, and then you have to have that adaptation. When you come to that with like having that certain conviction as a player, is that something that you can also take from Pep in terms of identifying patterns with teams, or does a lot of it kind of just come from almost a gut instinct, or players sort of saying, I've spotted this, right, let's come together?
Well, I guess everyone's a little bit different. Me, I'm someone, and sometimes in football they say, which I found sometimes true but also a little bit weird, sometimes people say, the less you think on the pitch, the better you play, the more free you play, which makes sense sometimes actually. But in my case, I'm generally someone that thinks a lot, obviously. I still think it works in my favor because it's just my nature, and it's just that I try to deal with what is facing me, in that certain situation. So I'm observing, and I'm analyzing and I am thinking about things. So I have to do that for myself. Otherwise, I might feel a bit lost, also on the pitch. So I want to be aware of the things that are going around me. And because maybe also I play such a central position, in midfield with always players around me, always opponents especially around me, I don't have much time to think. So I have to know already before I get the ball. I need to know, okay, where are my opponents? Where are my teammates? How can I make my action contribute to the team in the best possible way? How can I make life and things easy for my teammate that is next to me, or that I give the next pass to? So obviously a lot of things going on in the head, and that's what I mean when I say that Pep is always expecting a very high standard. There's always something that you have to think about, and always things you have to adapt also. So I don't know, it just made me personally better, I feel like, and I really appreciate that. And I just think also it made me learn so many things, so many different aspects of the game by being coached from Pep.
Yeah, George, in regards to football, there's a point where I think a player hits maybe 30, 31, and everyone from the outside starts to say that they're old, But I found through my career that you become more experienced and you start to understand how the game really works. There's so many little details which maybe you didn't realize when you were younger, But again, the perception goes the other way. And if I was to tell you, for example, one of my teams in the past, we used to play young versus old every Friday. How many times do you think the youngs would win out of 10 games?
I would have probably said 50-50, but given this story, I'm going to say
No
9-1 to the...
No chance.
You know, we used to do that at Dortmund as well.
Yeah.
Always play the last training session before the game. Always used to play young against old.
And who used to win?
Old.
Always the old.
Really?
Always the old. And it's the thing is, the wording is old. It makes it sound like they're bad, but they understand the game differently.
Yeah.
And I think, as Ilkay will probably tell you, like, he's got maybe one of the best managers in history coaching him. So when you on the field, you're almost seeing a different game. As a young person, you know everything that you know, but you never know enough until you've had the experience. And when you get that experience and you see it,
well,
you can have bigger
I mean,
impacts, can't you?
I don't know if people will like it, but the game changed also a little bit because obviously it's something we love, you know, but on the other side it's also a business right now. And let's be honest, the young players, you know, they are assets right now to the football clubs. So they are worth millions and millions of pounds and euros, you know. So obviously they get a lot of attention and focus, which is okay, you know. But I think the people who know or who want to be successful, you know, who want to become and stay successful, they know that, you know, you need experience, you know, in your team. You need that kind of players, you know. And when I say experience, I don't mean always maybe the age, you know, because someone who's 26 or 27 can also be very experienced, you know, and we have a few of the boys also in our team. By experience, I mean, you know, experience of what the manager, you know, is expecting from the team, how to perform, you know, understand his concept, his type and style of game. I think that's something that Pep personally appreciates about me also a lot. Whether I am 33 now or whether I was 28, 29 a few years ago, that doesn't change, you know. And by having more players like that, you obviously help these young assets also to become better, you know, and to become better football players, become bigger assets also for the teams, and have bigger values at the end as well. So it's kind of a mix, you know. But in modern football, obviously, people sometimes maybe don't give so much attention to that. But that's something that you personally, you know, need to easily be able to accept that, you know. And for me, that's no problem at all. So don't take yourself too important, you know. Just do your thing.
Yeah. Because I mean, experience on that front, Phil Foden fits into that category, doesn't he? He's been at the club for years, knows the concepts.
Exactly.
The main thing I've taken from this conversation, though, is that I'm 28, so you're saying I've still got a chance. 3-4 years down the line, I might suddenly peak.
We'll have to check the video on that. I'm not so sure. Okay. I'm not so sure that's what I said, but maybe.
Well, I mean, finishing second in the 4th division of under-16s in Nottingham.
Listen, first would be better, but second's okay as well.
I'm humble.
Yeah.
Where did you play under 16s?
Oh no, literally.
Oh, you
Sunday
see
League.
now, don't get embarrassed now. Bless you.
The Dog and Duck, the pub down the road. Just out of interest, before we move on, I'm thinking about that young v old Dortmund game. Some of the players that would have been playing in that. Who I assume you would have been in the young team at the time.
Yes.
Who would you have had with you?
We had an incredible young team. Yeah, we had like the likes of GÖTZE, REUS, HUMMELS was even young as well. So we had really good young players, I have to say, and still, you know, the older players, the experience.
It's not enough, my guy.
It was crazy. So and sometimes we didn't even know what's going on. You know, we felt like, hey, we're playing so well here, but why are we keep losing? But it is what it is. It is what it is.
Who would have been in the other team then?
In the older ones, we had players like Sebastian Kehl, Roman Weidenfeller, the goalkeeper. Blaszczykowski, Piszczek, the Polish guys.
Lars and Sven, would they have been?
We had Lewandowski also young, most of the time, in the young team. Sven was also in the younger team.
Was he?
Sven Bender,
right.
So yeah, if you was just looking at the names, we have incredible talent, but
it's not enough.